old as time,
Song as old as rhyme.
moisturing nasci.
Good morning. Now, I got to say something though. I'm going to be truthful with this. Now I'm watching video from Baller X, right? Baller X put out a video out, and it was a live stream. You know, he liked to clip videos and such, right? So I'm watching a Baller X video, and 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 you got this woman, you know, this lady over here talking about how Nigerians um, are different, or you know, the whole they not like us um, talking point. You know, ragging on people who are African, or those who come from the continent of Africa. You see, the ADOS movement and the FBA movement is doing a great disservice. And I said this years ago, right? When I first read the mission statement, when I read um, they had a mission statement and it was something else that had it, the goals, right? I'm reading it, and I gotta say, what Tone Talks in Yvette Carnell created is the most divisive uh, um, um, action plan, mission statement they have ever conceived. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know, you're not going to gain any supporters. You're not going to gain any. Um, you're not going to gain. You're not going to achieve the goals that y'all set out that they set out to achieve. You know, because I remember when Tone Talks put out that video, and um, trying to put out that video where he used the pictures, he used photographs of certain black politicians, and I'm using the term black because some of these people are mixed, right? And when he used the picture of President Obama, because Obama was still president when this happened, so this, I'm going to say around 2015, 2016, when this ADOS movie came out. Um, so Excuse me. And when Vice President Harris, when she was still Attorney General, she was just coming into the Senate or about to come into the Senate. Um, when she was just about to come into the United States Senate, he used that image of her, the image of Obama, the image of certain people, and he used and I'm like, um, why are we attacking people who are either biracial? Why are we attacking people who are Caribbean? Why are we attacking people who are from the African continent? And why use that image as a rollout video for for getting reparations and so forth? I just I said even back then I was on Talk Real Solutions one night, and I might have to dig up those old videos and put it back up where I said, listen, this is counterproductive because a lot of African Americans are black people in America have in have kinship with those in the Caribbean, and yes, and those people in Caribbean, especially in Jamaica, especially in in the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, what may have you, have a um, have a still have some vestige of the leftover whatever was left over of African culture, and it seems like the when people, and I'm gonna use Tariq Nasheed here for a minute because I had forgot about him. It's like the people are just so look at other people in suspicious tones, and I just gotta say it's really getting to a point where history is going to judge um, Tariq Nasheed, Tone Talks, Yvette Carnell, your these online grifters very, very, very harshly. And there are going to be people who said, "Well, y'all are the cause of diluting and destroying or hindering the process for whatever goal ADOS and FBA." Now, the reason why I put FBA with ADOS because let's just be honest about this, right? Let's just be honest here. Tariq try to get into the game with the with the movement that Tone Talks and Yvette Carnell was trying to create. And because Tone Talks and Yvette are are very suspicious of Tariq, and rightfully so, and I wouldn't blame him anyway. So Tyreek with his massive appeal, his massive appeal online, kept using the term fundamental Black Americans, and I think I might do a video on that. Um, I think yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too in a minute, Freddie. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Um, it's so I'm looking at this. It is very It's very ass backwards, you know? It's very ass backwards. So now though we're going to attack certain politicians, certain black politicians who have at one point or another advocate for attaining reparations. You know, people going, I bet you for the next 25, 30 years from now, after Tyreek is old and moved on and, Boyce Watkins is no longer around and and people who pump out, these millennials, when us millennials are in our 60s, the Zoomers and those that come after the Zoomers, the alphas and the betas, they're gonna look at us as clowns and fools. And they're gonna ask this question: y'all did nothing. That's what's gonna happen. It's getting so bad that Tariq Nasheed, it's bad enough that Tariq Nasheed and Phil the Advice Show, Boyce Watkins, and people from ADOS, you know, they have poisoned the well of goodwill. Now it's already bad enough, right? And Freddie, you're right. ADOS and FBA is stupid. When the Haitians got attacked, all black people get attacked. Yeah. See, here is the thing though, right? Freddie. Now, some of us who live on the Gulf Coast, we always see Haitians being turned away. You know, every time you see a Haitian boat, a boat full of Haitians drifted off into Florida, drifted off into Mississippi, drifted off into Louisiana, and so forth, the Gulf Coast states, they always get turned back. The Haitians always get turned back, but the Cubans do not. And the Cuban, and when we mean say Cubans, we talking about those light skinned Cubans who's trying to escape from the uh, communist regime. See, if they're going to be racist against the Haitian, if they're going to be calling African countries shithole countries, what does that mean for you? They never really want to sit there and sit there and explain that. The same country that that prevented Haitians from being a freely independent country, s- destroyed the resources of within Africa, decimated um, parts of the Caribbean. What makes you think though they're gonna get your black ass money for payment of slavery? See, we got to call it for what it is. See, these grifters online are actually agents. There really are agents who stir up controversy and they use the misinformed, those who are misinformed, those who are ignorant, the most ignorant among us, to be the voice or follow the footsteps of the grifters. You know, Whether you're going to vote for Kamala or not, that's not even my business, right? But to use the argument of her racial makeup, whether she's mixed or whether she's black or whether she's that as a point of contention when that when we discussing politics and presidential politics at that. I got to ask these people. So, what makes you think that Kamala, if Kamala is not going to give y'all reparations and so forth, what makes you think Trump is going to give y'all reparations? What makes y'all think Donald Trump is going to give y'all the same thing? Because here's the thing: Donald Trump is what? A capitalist, right? So, a hardened capitalist. And I'm gonna say this right now as a sidebar. Donald Trump is no conservative. I'm gonna keep on saying that because a lot of people talking about how Donald Trump is a conservative. No, he's not. He's too far to the right, you know. But he's not no regular conservative. But anyway, nonetheless, what makes you think his conservative? I'm using quotation terms. His conservative administration and the Congress, which will be a Republican Congress, by the way. I believe that. Well, I believe one of the houses are going to be Republican, right? I think the Senate is going to become Republican. The Democrats will get the House. Um, that's what I'm seeing. But anyway, back to the point. What makes you think though that the Republicans in the United States Senate is going to vote for giving you rather funds? What makes you think though they're going to give you funds? Right. And Fred, that's the problem right there. So if Harris isn't black, Trump ain't black either. Okay, if Harris is not black, well, what about Trump? They never did, like these arguments, these talking points, like these are deflections, deflecting arguments. It's one of these arguments in a YouTube panel, a YouTube debate. Every time I see these panels, it's always somebody saying, I remember that one time. No, you know what? Better yet, better yet, better yet, better yet. I remember one time I was on TRS, right? Shout out to Tyrone. And this happened about like 3 weeks ago or so. It's about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. And I want to say, excuse me, I want to say this is before the week of or the week before the Democratic uh convention, right? So we're talking about policy, right? What is Kamala Harris's policies? And okay, we talk about policy. Okay, policies like, well, is she for open borders or is she for against borders? Or is she for abortion or is she not for abortion? Or is she, actual real policies, right? But the argument is from the peanut gallery crowd is, well, she ain't black. What does that have to do with policy? She ain't black. See, I don't care. I mean, I'm like this. Who cares? Well, what does that have to do with policy? Well, she ain't black. I'm voting for Trump because she ain't black. I'm just like, okay, you're gonna vote for. Trump because you don't like the fact that she's mixed. And because she's biracial or mixed, because she's biracial, she declare her black side. So I gotta say, who cares? A lot of biracials. See, this whole argument about this, there's one thing I hate about Black YouTube. This anti-biracial um, rhetoric, right? And the hypocrisy behind it. I remember when I was on Sharad's channel, right? That no good shyster Sharad, right? And I said, if we going to divide black people from mono blacks and biracial blacks, then therefore, then by this logic, by y'all's logic, I was talking to PhD. What's going on, Fred? Ex- Listen, right. The logic in this space is, well, I shouldn't be surprised. It's just that because though there's new people coming in here every month. I just like, okay, well, if there's a new crop of people coming in, I would expect to be a change of the rhetoric or the change of the focus. Um, because there are a lot of people coming in here. What's going on, Queen? Morning to you. So, um, but anyway, back to the point that this whole, so I said, okay, well, so by this logic, then we need to get rid of certain biracial people from Black history. If we're going to do, if we're going to go by this logic here, then we need to get rid of Mary Seacolt. We need to get rid of people like um, Frederick Douglass. We need to get rid of I was say who else? Who else is mixed during that time period? The 1850s, 1860s, 70s, and so forth. The 1800s and the early years, or the first quarter or the 3 quarters of the 20th century. Who from the 19 from the 1850s? I say anything before 1990, right? Anything before 1990, we should get rid of biracials, those who made those in Black history books before night for the year 1990. Should we get rid of Malcolm X? Should we get rid of I forgot the guy who was part of the NAACP who infiltrated the Klan? Should we get rid of Nat Turner? Shouldn't we get rid of, and so forth, so forth? Should we get rid of these people? But anyway, I was talking to that no good piece of trash by the name of PhD, right? And PhD, instead of talking in a logical terms like Mary Seacolt or Frederick Douglass, instead of talking about on the even or on the even playing field, she tried to gender war the comment, talking about how Frederick Douglass mistreated his black wife and tag team with white women and married white women and put white women on a pedestal. And I'm like, that's not the argument. Genius. That's not the argument. PhD. You're supposed to have a PhD, and you're lacking in your logic argument. The argument is, should we get since these people are either biracial or mixed, Should we get rid of it? And I gotta say these talking points, I gotta say, came from Tone Talk and Yvette Carnell when Yvette Carnell wrote that mission statement on that ADOS website about about biracials and Caribbeans and Africans should not get X, Y, and Z. Now, of course, Africans shouldn't get reparations from slavery from on this side of the game, right? But what about those in the Caribbean? What about those in, because I remember that one time I was on Talk Real Solutions though, right? And I asked this question. Okay, I said, listen, um, that issue being raised about um the descendants of slavery. I said, listen, the name is American Descendants of Slavery. So I was asked this question, okay, how far are y'all gonna go back on the slavery thing since it says American descendant of slaves? And I'm like, well, I said, well, listen, well, if we gonna talk about the slave plantations in the United States, then you will have to sit there and include black Canadians. You're going to have to include black Canadians because black Canadians I mean, I'm talking about those who got here before 1912, those who got to Canada before 1912. Well, those people were American slaves, were slaves in the South that withdrew. Well, I tell you what, we can talk about the slaves that escaped during the American Revolution when George Washington took over the loyalists, the plantations that was of those who were um, loyal to the British, but those slaves left and they left with the British soldiers and they went into Canada, especially around places like Halifax and that town called African Field, no Nova Scotia. So are we going to extend? Should the black citizens of Nova Scotia and Halifax, Ontario, should they get should they be deemed ADOS because their ancestors came from here? Or what about the black the black Mexicans? Because I was just watching I was watching Mexico just had its first female president, right? And she was inaugurated a couple days ago. And I was watching the the um the parade. I was watching what you may have it, um the parade, the honors that she was given as she's being installed into the presidency of Mexico. And I was watching. I said, "Wait a minute, where are all these black people coming from?" And it dawned on me. I forgot a lot of black people from Texas, during that Texas the Revolution of Texas, went into Mexico after Santa Anna fought the Alamo. A lot of those slaves, those black slaves in those Texas plantations, they went to Mexico. and they went to southern parts of Mexico. So they're talking about Afro American Mexicans. I'm like, wait, so are we gonna give? So are they gonna be part of ADOS? See, I was making that statement, right? Because I'm making that statement on TRS, and I would make that statement on other panels and such. And people kind of like, nah, no. But wait a minute, y'all are defeating the purpose of the name ADOS. You know, and that's why and that's why I said, everybody want to tell me, well, we need to have a cutoff point. Okay, then what's the cutoff point? We're gonna go to the 13th Amendment. Are we gonna talk about those who were freed under the 13th and 14th Amendment of the Constitution? Are we going to talk about the forming of the United States, or are we going to talk about the closing down of the Atlantic slave trade? What is the cutoff point? And what is the cutoff point if somebody is mixed or have or a or somebody who have African um ancestry living here in America? I mean, a light skinned per person having African ancestry. So how far are we want to go? Now, for me, I told people years ago, and I said I was talking to my mama's boy. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me give you something to drink, real quick. Okay, I'm back. So, man, so I'll say, what is the cutoff point? For me, I was making an argument with my mama's boy on talk on TRS, and I said, I think that what y'all need to do, right? If people really are serious about passing such law or such statute, you might have to go the legal route. And in this statement, I said this um about 7 8 years ago. I said that you might want to just sue the United States government or sue states and cities, states and local governments, I should say, that have done um, Jim Crow. Go after the states and locales that have issue out Jim Crow or racial discrimination. And somebody asked me, well, why Big J? Why? Well, I said, listen, because it would be easier because we got people in their 80s, we got people in their 70s, 80s, 90s who had lived under Jim Crow. Hell, You still got people who are in their 50s who's born around 1975. I mean, Jim Crow did not end it in 1968. Especially if you was in Alabama, Mississippi. So if we're gonna talk about Jim Crow, let's say Jim Crow ended around the time Jimmy Carter became president, right? So anything before 1976, um, anybody who was alive before 1976 or 1977, I should say, um, that's Jim Crow. You was affected by Jim Crow. So let's have a class action lawsuit. Let's sue every um state government, every local government that have done discriminatory laws and statutes and rules against people who are black. Use that as a legal basis to as a jumping off point for reparations for the grandparents of those people who are in their 80s and 90s. Um, but I said that, and niggas just I don't know about these nibbas. I'm gonna use that term, nibbas. I don't know about these nakers and nibbas that they can't understand that Congress is not going to pass a law when they can when they can repeal said law 2 years later. So the best course is, I was trying to tell them that because we live in a divided country, you know. So I said that if you put it in the Supreme Court or a federal court, what the case may have, it will be harder for Congress to take away a court ruling. And those who are activists, I said those who are activists um would use that law as a tool to hammer the lobby, the hammer the Senate, the House, to pass a reparations bill. Same way um like how the board of Brown v. Board helped spearhead the the Civil Rights Act of 1964, because it took Brown v. Board happened around 1953, 1954, and along with the reemergence of the second civil rights movement. Yeah, the second civil rights movement. It progressed into the 1964 and the civil rights acts. See, the problem is we allow the grifters. We allow the grifters like Tariq and so forth with these ADOS FBA movements to think there's a quick answer, and there's a panacea. It is that there is a quick way to attain. Now, I was considering doing a video on my ideas, my ideas for to go into depth, because I was talking with um Greg Marcel Dixon, and if some of y'all remember that interview I gave him my idea, and he gave his, where like he wants is a clearinghouse, right? What he want is a clearinghouse of sorts, where um a clearinghouse where funds will go to the black community and those who live within it. And I differ with him on it because I think though cutting a check, um, you know, you can't just cut the check every year, right? Just on the basis of race. I believe, and I believe in two ideas, right? Um, One idea that I told him about, like I want to see an infrastructure bank where um funds are that's a quasi where's a public private bank where every year depending on the profits, wherever profits this infrastructure bank makes, it goes to every man, woman, and child um who are from the black community. Um and it'll be a chartered bank, so it'll be last for I don't know, like it'll last for 100, 200 years. Um if y'all go back and listen, go back to the infrastructure banks of the Bank of America, the Bank of the United States, the independent treasury of the older days of America. You understand what I'm going for. But I also said, you know, I also had an idea because Texas, I was reading today, Texas is having its own uh, stock exchange. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Because I know the governor of Texas said, well, we have our own stocks exchange. And I was like, really? And I've been thinking, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. That gave me another idea. If there is instead of going to the public route, let's go the private route, right? Of attaining, you know, reparations and so forth. What if, what if, I'm just saying, what if you create a stock exchange, um, for, call it Freeman's stocks exchange where every profit, the profits of the, or should I say the dividends, I should say, the dividends from this stock, because what's in that stock? Every black corporation, every you know firm, or any company that have done business with the African American community, in some form. What if there's a stock exchange where every year every black man, woman, and child would receive form of some form of a benefit, some form of dividends at the end at the start of every year. I thought about that too. I see. I think though people need to think, um need to look at things a little bit more. Um they need to stop making so some of these arguments, I should say, is really troublesome. Some of these arguments that are for reparations, I think that's hindering the cause for it. And some of these ideas is really based upon um not knowing enough about finance, not knowing enough about how the economy would work, not knowing how um you know what really is getting what really is getting the who's you know y'all want the wheels, but yet y'all not greasing the wheels. It takes grease to get the wheels to go. And a lot of people are more focused on making wheel turn, but not focused on how smooth the wheel will turn. You know, so um, that's what I think though. Yeah, I was watching that video by Baller X, and um, when old girls talk about Nigerians ain't us, and this idea of the celebration of stupidity, the celebration of ignorance, and the celebration of not knowing anything, the celebration of not researching. Um, History will not look kindly on Tariq. Boyce, is not going to look. You know, anybody who's on this, the reparations circuit is not. His history is not will not judge him well. And seeing them using this election, you know, it shows the lack of, and people who follow them shows the lack of discernment. You know, so anyway, I'm kind of tired, y'all. Um, so yeah. What's going on, Dante? I see you in the chat room. Yeah, I'm kind of tired right now. Yeah, I'm taking me a shower, go to bed, I guess. I really want to stay up and roast uh Brownsville. I really want to roast Brownsville. So I'm thinking about making a separate video because I really want to thank Taylor. I really want to thank I am and Taylor. I want to thank I am and Taylor for backing me up, and Miss DJ Music. I'm not going to forget him because yeah, because um I feel vindicated. All right. I feel vindicated. At the same time, I also feel bad. You know, I feel vindicated. At the same time, I feel bad. I feel bad because I have to get out of my character, right? I had to get out of my character to make a damn point. I had to go. I have to be the most vicious person, and yes, I became that vicious individual. People were shocked by the words that came out of my mouth. But I wasn't having it. You know, I was paying money to kick people off the panel. A kick six and red off the panel. Um, I dragged that white girl to filth. I dragged her daddy to filth, right? And even though some people say, Big J, you know that was good that you did it. The point is, the point is, even though I don't have a problem, I'm doing that. The problem is that the sad thing is that people still want to back Sherrod. You know, after all that racism and claiming that you going to support black women, and then when a white man and a white woman bash black women, y'all said nothing, and y'all still support Sherrod. Y'all still support Brownsville after all of that. I can't. I'm like, I'm so. I'm like, y'all still don't see Yeah. But yesterday though, I called I called Sherrod the task. He was expecting to do that whole classic, I'm gonna make fun of Big J, blah 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 blah. No, what I said to him was short and sweet, because he can't see. The thing is, he wants you to make an ass out yourself and crash out on his panel so he can make money. So I made a statement and I dropped my mic and got off the panel. I said what I said for 30 seconds. Was it 30 seconds or 2 minutes? I forgot. I forgot. It wasn't that long. But I said what I need to say, and I dropped the mic. Which also I gotta say this too though, because maybe I might need to get vicious, but it's not in my nature. But at the same time, Sherrod's wife really needs to shut the fuck up. Now I know that was her little dumbass trying to um yeah, yeah, I'm about to go here with this shit. I know it was her ass trying to block me and time me out. Let me tell you something. Don't even fucking don't time me out don't mean shit. Your husband is weaponizing you. No, scratch that. Your husband is making you to a target, and he's using Brownsville he's weaponizing his cousin Brownsville. That's what's going on. You know, right, right there. I went out of pocket. I went I went beyond my regular self. I went beyond my regular self. You know, and but I'm glad that Taylor and Mr. DJ Music and I am. I'm glad though they got on the panel on Bomb's channel and told Brownsville the fuck off. You know, they actually told Brownsville to fuck off. The fuck out, because Brownsville, see, Brownsville thought though, oh well, let me just jump on the panel and tell Big J. Brownsville always use these stupid these stupid ass arguments like, well, I have a wife, you don't have a wife. Show me a picture of your woman. Show me a finger, a hand, a toe, or a foot of your woman. And I'm sitting there like, and I give you $1,000. I'm sitting there like, okay, um, excuse me, excuse me. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. So you gonna flex your wife, and you're gonna flex Sherrod's wife to me or to any other man, show that because you found somebody means that you are more of a man than I am, or to any other person. And like what I am said, and like what I am said, Big J does have a woman. What are you talking about? Exactly the point, right? Exactly the point. Because I don't tell people who I'm with. I don't tell people who I'm dating. Even though the women who I have dated, or who I have been in romantic relationships, even though that person is around, does that mean I don't want the whole world to know who this woman is? You know, because you know why? Because I like to protect whoever this lady is, right? Whoever lady I am with, right? I'm going to protect her, right? And the best way of me protecting her is not to allow, not let, not none of you niggas know who she is. Not let not one of you Negroes who know who she is. Even though some of y'all already know her name. All right. Some of y'all already know who this is. And I was kind of figure out how the hell did I figure it out? Then I forgot. Never mind. Yeah, I am figuring it out. I said, okay. I am figuring out who she is. But he ain't saying. I'm glad he ain't saying it, you know. But the thing is, though, this whole idea, prove prove me you are a solid black man by showing me a woman. And I'm like, you know, listen, um, what does that any man could get a woman, you know, and just take a picture with a woman. Any man can go out there and take a picture with some woman. I mean, I could go to a high school reunion or a college reunion because hey, I can go to my college to the homecoming of my university and go show up over there and find a classmate and take a picture with her and come back on YouTube and put it up. That don't mean anything. Any old sucker kid can do that. But you're out here talking about men need to protect women. And I'm so glad that I am and Taylor. See, he listened to Taylor because Taylor is a woman, right? Because he tried to pander to Taylor, you know. And Taylor said, and Taylor had enough of Brownsville. And I said it time out of time. I said this months ago. Sherrod and Brownsville are frauds. I've been saying that because they're not going to. They only going to protect. Oh, let me say it like this: Brownsville is only going to protect black women when they are attacked by black men. But yet he refused, and he said he made all these excuses why he refused to attack Ben and attack Grace when those two white people was calling Mela and calling tyranny and calling all those black women on Sherrod's channel a series of B's, H's, and S's and out of their names. I'm still intrigued on why Sherrod and Brownsville is getting the support. I'm still I'm still baffled, you know. After all what happened earlier this week, you know, racist white men came over there and called y'all out y'all names and then and then I hear and then I'm looking in the chat room, right? No, hold on. Was this on? No, this happened on Bomb's channel. I want to say uh I want to say Monday or Tuesday on Bomb's channel when Brownsville was confronted. When he was finally was confronted. But I wish Mr. DJ Music would have confronted him because soon as Mr. DJ got on the panel, Brownsville left. I said, "How convenient! How convenient!" Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. You stay on Shiraz for 8 hours straight. When somebody show up on the panel, you had to get off the panel. And as soon as Mr. DJ Music got off the panel, Brownsville 5 minutes later, Brownsville popped right back on the panel. That angers me to no end. That really angers me. So like they know who to attack and who not to attack. They know who to sit there and create these stupid narratives on. You know, see, yeah, exactly. You notice it too. I'm good. See, they can't come to you, DJ Music, and say, "Well, you a rim bro." They can't come to you and say you don't have a woman. They can't come to you and say because you are an older dude, older man, and you may have, I think though you said though you was married once, so you have the gravitas, if you will. You have the gravitas. See, I don't, you know, I don't have that the gravitas. Um, I have to prove myself, quote unquote, you know, and maybe because I'm the same age as Brownsville, you know. So yeah, he said you mentioned me yesterday, and neither one addressed your comment. Right, 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 right. I think that was yesterday because I mentioned you yesterday over there because I said I mentioned your name over there, right? They didn't mention nothing. Brownsville didn't say a word. Sherrod didn't say a word. PH Diva did not say a word. Neither of those three said a word. So my thing is this: if you're going to sit there and say y'all there to protect black women, then don't just protect black women from black men. Protect black women from everybody. All right. I mean, you know, because a white man showed up, why y'all stop it? Why y'all say we ain't coming on the panel anymore? If this white man shows up, we not coming to the panel. But the guy is attacking black women. See, that's why I don't take the so-called pro-blacks seriously. Right, right, right. They can't use that rim. He's a rim. Yeah, they couldn't. They can't. That can't. They can't use. Oh, Mr. DJ Music is a rim bro. They can't use that on you. They can't. You know. Now, if you was 30 years younger, they would. But they know they couldn't use that. You know. And yes, though, and yes, I'm gonna say this right now. I am pissed off at Bomb though. I am pissed off at Bomb. All right, because because what I told Bomb that same day, that same live stream, I had to I let it known that Bomb is picking favorites out of that shit, and I'm not gonna apologize for that. I'm not gonna apologize for that because I meant what I told Bomb. I meant that. While she is so shocked about how I went on the white girl and I went on her daddy, on her white daddy over there. People were shocked. No, listen, I have not been that vicious like that. I never been, well, I have been vicious before, but you know, but it was so shocking. Even I was shocked by my own actions, right? But I had enough. I had enough because sexy red was on her little bullshit about the rim bro shit, and then I'm talking to I'm talking to chaotic truth and Ben, right? They're talking all this shit about black people going to prison and black people is under white people, blah blah blah. I'm trying to address that, and then sexy red had to bring her ass up on there, had to pay the bounty on her ass. See, that's why I wish niggas would get the fuck out of my way. But if I'm addressing a white gray racist person and his black handler, get the fuck out the goddamn way. So I got tired of that. I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to cuss red ass out. I just took my money, and I said, you know what? Let me put let me just pay that bounty and kick red off. So I can address so I can spend all my energy on those two. You know. See, I'm not here to play. Sexy Red she wants to play. I'm not playing games. I know what this is about. It's kind of like when that time though Kevin, right before Kevin got got big, right? And this is the reason why it's similar to what happened when Kevin was on these panels talking to us, right? It was the same time when Renaissance Woman and Taz and Nyla got right up in the damn way when I was addressing Kevin, right? Because Kevin said something that was stupid. And I was going to say, well, Kevin, okay, Kevin, if you are, if you are, if you said you have a daughter who's 19 years old and you don't want her to date or marry a man over the age of 39, but you turn around and say you want an 18-year-old wife. Now I was about to hammer on Kevin about that. But Renaissance Woman want to bring up Jalen on the panel, and Jalen did all that little goofy, Taz doing all that, y'all, they allowed Kevin off the hook. Kevin moved to a different point. Kevin, if you see the goal when I was going after Kevin on that panel, right? The goal going after Kevin was Kevin is jealous of younger men. He won't see. I know everybody say, well, he's LGBTQ and he's not a heterosexual man. Well, let's not go there, right? The point I was trying to make is this. The point I was trying to make was when it comes to Kevin was that Kevin wants to compete against younger men for sexual access to young women, the women of the same age group, because he was telling young men in their 20s and 30s, listen, don't get a relationship, just work more than 80 hours a week. So wait a minute. So if you work more than 80 hours a week, you ain't gonna have time to date or marry or make kids. Much like make if you work at 80 hours more more than 80 hours a week. You're not going to have time to go to the club. You're not going to have time to go to a party. You're not going to go time to hang out in areas where there are young, vibrant women at. You be too you will be too tired to do all of that. You know, because I was bringing all these points, but hey, some people cannot read these. They can't read the room, and yeah, that was our opportunity to stop Kevin right there. See, if more men would have watched that, would listen to that whole discussion, they would not back Kevin. There would be no tattoos of Kevin Samuels on their calf and say, "Well, Kevin Samuels is my hero, like Tupac." No, Kevin want to take your woman from you. Kevin wants you to be lonely so that he can have access to these women, not you. Yet y'all can't see that. You know. Oh well. But yeah. That's why I have contempt for Renaissance woman for that. You know, because that was a time when y'all could have stopped Kevin right there. And what happened on Sherrod? That was a time to stop chaotic truth right there. But y'all want to make y'all want to make ha ha jokes, but do not be surprised if chaotic truth shows up on Fox News or show up on Newsmax or show up on WOAI, because I'm gonna say something. Chaotic truth will show up in one of those conservative, right wing, black people hating um channels talking about your black ass, talking about how your black ass are criminals and how y'all black asses are part of the underworld of crime and all that. Y'all could have. You see, the thing is, you could have stopped him right there. But no, y'all see, a lot of y'all have short. See, black people in this space, right? Black people in this space have very short term thinking, right? The thinking process is deep as a puddle. You know, they don't see chess pieces being moved. I just don't. That's why the other day I was frustrated. That's why I have gotten out of my character because the white girl got it. Um, Grace, the white girl got it. Her daddy, Ben got it, and yes, Sexy Red got it on that lion stream, and so has Brownsville and Sherrod and PhD. That's why they had got it. They gotten this overly vicious attack from me because they got up in the because they're not deep thinkers of what's going on. Their thinking's not that deep, you know. Yeah, so you never heard of Samuel's miracle fishes and loaves of uh bread or turning water to wine. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm still just amazed how some people are worshiping Kevin Samuel still. You know, Kevin Samuels does not care, did not, I should say, he did not care about black men like that. It was about taking an advantage of the economic strife, the educational strife that black men have. Black men, are not educated as his female counterpart. He's not economically, black women have uh, ownership of land and house than our male counterpart. So he took all of that pain and hurt and insecurity, and he used it to make money. And the thing is, okay, what has Kevin solved y'all's problem? Has Kevin ever solved your economic, political, social, or educational problems? He didn't. You know, he could have been stopped right there. He could have been stopped on Renaissance Woman's channel. He could have been stopped right there. And that whole video could have been saved, could have been played. That whole conversation could have been played every day of the week, so everybody can hear Kevin don't care about you Negroes like that. He ain't y'all savior like that. That's why the other day when I saw Kato Truth, I knew Kato Truth was gonna get off of YouTube to a hot, and spread his little poison in front of God and everybody else. Because trust and believe, next year, sometime after the election, you know, he will be on Fox or OAN or well, yeah, OAN, the OAN channel or Newsmax or these conservative channels. He's gonna be he's going to replace Brandon Tatum. He's the new Brandon Tatum. You got to stop the new Brandon Tatum's of the world. But niggas, it's history repeating itself. You know, history is just repeating itself, and yeah, I'm so disgusted, and that's why I know that's partly of the reason why I went completely off, and I'm not going to apologize, even though I feel bad. I'm not going to apologize because I'm not going to apologize to anyone for my behavior. I'm not going to apologize for it. Because I stand 10 toes down on it, and I will do it again. Even though I feel bad, I'll still do it again because a point has to be made. You got to stop repeating history all the time, and that's why That's why I kicked Sexy Red to the fucking curb. That's why when I put a bound on Sexy Red. That's why I went in on Grace and Ben and everybody else who's a part of it. Oh yes, and these old pastors like Bishop Wooden. Let me say something. My number one enemy when it comes to no when it comes to uh when it comes to these pastors out here, Bishop Wooden. Oh yes, he's one of those types over there supporting a warmonger. How you more worried about men being having these sex changes. That's more of a threat than World War III. See, let me tell you something. Somebody getting a change, even though I am against it, right? That's not a threat to society. Iran getting a nuke, Israel, starting to widening the Middle East war. Um, if oil prices are going up, if energy prices going up, well, I don't think some gay guy from from San Francisco or New York, they're not raising up my oil prices. He said, I'm the Church of God in Christ. I'm hurt that he's supporting Trump. Yeah, yeah. You know, people like Bishop Wooden should have been stopped. See, nobody stopped him. You know, nobody checked him before he got famous. So now, though, every Sunday, I come on YouTube, I see Bishop Wooden talking all that with his old cone headed ass, talking all that shit, and I'm like, but you don't see you don't see Trump doing this, you don't see Trump doing that, you don't see Trump, you know, I mean, come on, I'm just shaking my head like, you don't see all this. See that's why I said some of these people on social media, especially on YouTube, should have been checked a long time ago. Candace Owens, see, let me tell you something. Candace Owens got away with it. Candace Owens almost got checked. Now, some of us who was here 10 years ago, right? See, Candace Owens has done the same thing that Brandon Tatum and Kevin Samuels and Bishop Wooden and um you know, you know. So what I'm saying is when she was doing all that foolishness, from the beginning, those white conservatives and white libertarians, they almost got rid of Candace Owens. They was about this close in 2014. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't 2014. 2015. They was about this close. I would say close like you know, close, a smidgen. They was about this close and knocking Candace Owens off YouTube years ago. But now look at her. She's on Fox News saying all that rhetoric, all that black rhetoric. Black victims of police brutality has been lampooned and laughed at. See, the white people was about to check her. I'm talking about the people like okay, people like I'm trying to remember who was there back then. Who was dragging her. Um I forgot the name now. Um Destiny. Destiny um Destiny was around. I want to say who else? Who was there during that time period? It was so long ago, and I'm talking about white YouTubers who had a problem with her. Um, yeah, I'm talking about the white people who had a problem with Candace Owens. Um, they was about this close of knocking her offline, and this when she had that channel called Red Pill Black, you know. But history repeated itself because soon as Candace Owens grew up, Tommy almost got up and out here too, though. Back then, you know. Right, that lie about the Haitians, he's not caught. Exactly. But we want to talk about how abortion is destroying the black community. when Haitians are being attacked. So if you're going to defend black, if you're going to use the pulpit on every Sunday to defend black people, then defend black people all the time. Don't just defend black people just just because it's the Democrats or just because it's other black people. Defend black people from anybody, from any and everybody. Waterhead Defense Force says stay on their necks. You know, you know. But yeah, I mean, history repeats itself. You know, um, like the rise of Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum should have been stopped a long time ago. You know, during that whole the issue with the Oscar Grant when Oscar Grant got shot, y'all could have stopped Brandon Tatum right there. But no, y'all, you know, he was going to be big. Y'all could have stopped Brandon Tatum right there. And he gets on these panels. You know, he gets on these panels. I remember when Brandon Tatum got on the panel with what's his name? Black Jesus or Black Jesus something, Black Minister something. I forgot the name, right? I forgot the name. Y'all could have stopped him right there. You know, Hotep Jesus was the name. That's right. Hotep Jesus. Y'all could have stopped him right there. When he crashed out, talking about I'll fight you and I'll beat your ass, woo woo, y'all could have stopped him right there. But now look, look at Brandon Tatum. Every black person who get killed or get maimed, killed, or abused by local authorities, oh, he makes excuses of it. Y'all could have stopped that a long time ago. The cat, the cat was a lie. The duck was not. What? The cat was a lie. The duck was not. Okay, I don't know what V Dub talk referring to. Um, Zesty, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, Sherrod and Browns were just made. That just they. Let me say something. They need to realize they just made an enemy out of me though. Now I already didn't like him. All right, I didn't. I you know I did. You know I have a problem with him. But after after this, you know what happened over there, they made an enemy. You know, they really made an enemy out of me. You know, because I will go in on all three of them. But the problem is some people who host them on when they're on other channels, people like to play favorites. You know, okay, you talking about Hotep Jesus? Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that could have buried, you know, Brandon Tatum. If somebody would have put down World Star hip hop and play it nonstop, play it in a loop, you know, keep on reminding the people about Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum would be at no conservative. Um, Nobody wouldn't take him serious. He would not be invited to the American Conservative Conference. He wouldn't be invited to Joe Pag's show. He wouldn't be invited to Sean Hannity. He wouldn't be on um What's that other talk show host? He wouldn't be on. He wouldn't be on Greg Hewitt show. You know, he wouldn't be on these shows. You know, putting out the anti-black shit. He would have been stopped. Kevin could have been stopped. You know, Kevin could have been stopped by Kevin could have been stopped right. Could have stopped right dead in his tracks. Right there. He could have been stopped right there. And Chaos Truth could have been stopped Monday. Yeah, was it Monday? I think it was Monday. He could have been stopped by me Monday. If wasn't for Sexy Red, and if it wasn't for Sexy Red's crazy ass. You know, if Sexy Red had not stuck her nose and her nose in that shit and try to make it about me and shit, and about who's rim bro and shit, you know, he could have been stopped. And that was the whole goal, to stop him. And that whole excuse was, well, you could have go to his channel. No, he was on Sherrod's channel. I'm gonna talk to him when I see him. He happened to be on Sherrod's channel. Let me check him right there, where he don't have the mute button, where we can't just mute people and run. No, he's right there. You know. We have pictures of Haitians with ducks from the park. Okay, whatever, you know. Ducks is one thing. Yeah, and that's the problem, you know. But everybody was shocked by what I did Monday. Everybody was shocked, and I'm like, well, listen, I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm not gonna apologize for what I did Monday. I'm not gonna apologize for it. I refuse to. You know, even though it kind of made me look bad, but you know, at some point you got to put your foot down and be firm. You know, because playtime's over with for and I've been telling these nibbers. I'm gonna use truisms. I'm gonna use truism tagline. These nibbers, these nakers. You know, you gotta put your foot down on these nibbers and these nakers. You got to put your foot down and say no. We're not going to do the clown show. The clown act is over with. This ain't a clown show. We're serious over here. That's why I paid my money to kick Sexy Red goofy ass off that pen. That's why Baller X put out that video when I paid money to boot Sexy Red out off the panel. Now I am kind of surprised. I ain't surprised, but I am kind of scratching my head why Baller X did not play the rest of the live stream when I dragged the white man. He did not show the video of me dragging the white girl. Because what I did to that white girl was vicious. And what I did to the white man was vicious. And I'm sitting here I'm telling to myself, listen, I'm not even pro-black. I'm not even pro-black. All these niggas on here saying that they're pro-black. Yeah, man, I'm pro-black. Yeah, man, my name is Brownsville, and I'm pro-black. Okay, you pro-black, you ain't saying a goddamn thing. How come though? I'm gonna say this again. I'm not B1. I'm not pro-black. I'm not Pan-African. But how come I defend black people more than y'all? Because Monday, I had enough. I had enough of the foolishness. You know what Chaotic Truth is doing. You know what Ben is doing. You know what Grace is doing. Especially Chaotic Truth. You know exactly what they were doing. You gotta stop them before they form a beach head. You know? Waterhead Defense said that was the best $20 you ever spent. Yeah, it was. That $20 I spent on Sexy Red, yeah, that was the best $20 I ever spent. That will let you know I'll pay any burden and pay any price. Yes. I'm gonna quote JFK. I'm gonna quote JFK. Listen, I'll pay any price and pay any burden to defend. All right? Because I wouldn't spare no expense. If somebody getting right up in my way, I'll pay money and make sure, my broke ass, since people say I don't have no job, I'll pay some money to get you off the damn panel. If you get up and way acting goofy. Because I'm after your boy. Well, why can't you pay money to get rid of Chaotic Truth? Because Chaotic Truth, because that would mean Chaotic Truth win. That's why. Chaotic Truth would turn that right back around and say, see, censorship. Golden Goddess, no, nothing yet. But wait a minute, hold on. Excuse me. Well, hello, Golden Goddess. How you doing? You know, all right, be beautiful. You know, all right. You know, all right, beautiful. Anyway, where was I at? Yeah, but yeah, I had enough, man. I had enough of that. You know, that history keeps on repeating itself. You know, it just repeats itself, and I bet you in 6 months, everybody gonna say, everybody gonna make videos about Chaotic Truth. Why did Chaotic Truth went on Fox News and said X, Y, and Z? It's kind of like Myron. Y'all could have stopped Fresh and Fit a long time ago. Fresh and Fit and the whole issue with like the white girl on Fresh and Fit's channel. Y'all could have stopped him right there. No, because y'all were so saddened by the death of Kevin Samuels. Y'all just still back for Fresh and Fit. Y'all could have stopped Fresh and Fit right then and there. Now though, y'all are glad now y'all glad that because Myron is sitting up there being anti-black. Myron over here being anti-black, and y'all mad at him. No, y'all should have stopped Myron a long time ago. You know. So yeah, I'll be the villain. And what I told Bomb Cherry, I'm not apologizing to Bomb. I meant what the fuck I said to Bomb. You're playing favorites. That's why I told Bomb you playing favorites because you keep ass kissing the Brownsville. Brownsville can sit there and talk about hey sisters, hey queens, I defend all black women. White boy call all these women, all these black women a bunch of niggas and shit. What was Brownsville? I'm not gonna come on this channel. Well, I'm glad though I put a smile on your face, Golden Glass. I'm glad I put a smile on your face though, by the way. Anyway, where was I at? Oh, Hootie should have. Let me say something. He should have been stopped. He should have been stopped. But if it wasn't for the Viper Pit, if it wasn't for the Nene and Warren, And Junk Powell, Hootie would have been stopped a long time ago. You know, he would have been stopped a long time ago. But since so the vibe pit was his shield, you know, you couldn't really touch him. You know, because every time when you try to address Reg 1 on 1, he'll send an email to AJ or he'll send an email to Nene or Warren or Educated Aries or whoever the case may be. You know. Oh, okay, okay. I'm just saying, but yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for what I did Monday. I'm not gonna apologize what I said on Bomb's channel. I'm not gonna apologize for any of that shit because I stand on it. I stand 10 toes down on that shit. I stand in my square on that shit, and I'm not gonna be moved from it because I meant every word because I'm fed up, you know, because all I'm seeing is history repeating itself, and like what V-Dub said. I think V-Dub told me this. And V-Dub, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Right, V-Dub, if you listen to me, please correct me if I'm wrong. I remember when V-Dub said, "We've been here too long, Big J, Big J. We've been here too long." And that's probably true. We've been here too long because we seen the same thing. Because I for one seen the same thing being played over and over again. And I'm like, y'all can't. I'm sitting there like, y'all can't see what's going on. Y'all can't see the playbook. But yeah, been here too long. So yeah, 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 yeah. Been here too long, and I'm seeing the same old play. And I said this back in February, March of this year. I said that queen shit. Every time I hear a black man refer to black women as queens, I look at that person with a suspicious eye. I said, listen, y'all do not get fooled by that. But Big J, you're feeling jealous. Big J, you jealous. Big J, you need to quit that. Big J, you jealous. You jealous of Sherrod. You jealous of Brownsville. Now look, he neither one of them defend y'all when a white man calls y'all all sorts of bitches. I just you know it took y'all what, five months, maybe, you know February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. It took y'all at least 6 months, at least six, to see that. And I've been saying, man, y'all better watch out with that queen shit. Do not get blindsided by that queen shit. And look what happened earlier this week. So, oh, wait, hold on. We see another lovely woman, Letitia. What's going on with you, lovely? What's going on with you, lovely? Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I got this off my chest. Hopefully, got that part off my chest. Um, you know, it's kind of like uh, the Greek story of the Greek god named Atlas. He holding the globe. Atlas is holding the globe, and all of a sudden he had to shrug his shoulders. Yeah, I'm shrugging it. I'm shrugging it off. I'm shrugging the globe off. I've been warned. You're right. I have been warned years ago. Um, I've been told when I was when I um by my own mother. She told me uh you need to stop. Um, she told me straight up, you need to stop trying to carry the weight of the world around on your shoulders. And yeah, she's right. I need to stop carrying the world on my shoulders though. But there's something within me that 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 you know there's something in me that just that I that 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 want that that refuses to um let go, even though it will be for my benefit. But yeah, I just maybe because I think because I see a lot of things in my personal life. I saw a lot of shit that went down and people getting away with shit. And being the only black kid, and I see facing a lot of microaggressions and facing quasi discrimination as a young kid. Seeing people getting away with shit. Um, that's probably built into me why I don't let shit go, or why I don't allow why I because when every time I see something wrong, I said I no, I got to correct this. We got to go to war. We got to um so yeah. Anyway, um you know no, no, I'm not going to compromise with Brownsville, because because I told Brownsville what I said to Brownsville. I admit every word. I view him and view him and his cousin as frauds. Because uh, how many times a white racist person is going to call everybody N word and talk about black women to a certain extent that I'm like, yeah, I can't really, for him to tell me that I ain't shit and I'm not a man. Big J's not a man. Big J, I he want to talk about my manhood, but he leaves every time when white people shows up. You know, he leaves when every time a racist white person show up, he leaves, and I'm just like, okay, if you going to protect black women, then protect black women all the time. Don't protect black women when it's convenient. And it seems to me though, he view white people greater than him. And I'm glad Rudip said something too though the other day. I'm glad Rudip brought that up. I'm glad even Rudip had to say that shit. You know, because I'm sitting there like, you know, oh, you need remove lust, Big J. You need to remove lust, and you need to do, and get your mind right, Big J. Blah 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 blah, doing all that bullshit, right? And then I'm like, but you didn't defend the people on your cousin's channel, and those people on your cousin's channel back you all the time. So no, I'm not gonna reach some compromise. I stand by what I said. Um, I'm trying my best. Oh, man. I'm gonna try my best um leave it alone. I'm gonna try my best to avoid it from now on. I'm gonna try my best to avoid it. You know, to go in further. You know, but yeah. But V Dub, I did this. V Dub, no V Dub. No V Dub. I think it's wrong to cut off everybody else's because you ain't getting yours. Um, people, you know, they need a better argument. If y'all really want the rep, the reparations, y'all have to have a better argument for it and a better plan for it. You can't just say just cut a check because there is no because everybody else have a legal case. You know what? You know what? I ain't gonna go off on that right now. I ain't gonna go off on that. I'm tired. I'm tired of going in on that. You know, yeah, Browns was the one who's a fake hotel. You know. But yeah. But anyway, I've been there for almost 2 hours. It was supposed to be a 30-minute video, but yeah, I went off on my about my anger, the display of anger I put out Monday and on Tuesday. Um, um, I felt conflicted by 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 my anger. Um, but and some people said though they never heard me go there before. I guess though y'all didn't watch me back 10 years ago. Some of y'all didn't even watch me 10 years ago when I used to go off like that. But yeah. It was like a rare occurrence. Um, I ain't went off like that since my days on TRS. I ain't went off like that ever since my days on TRS. I mean, um, yeah. It was vicious, and yes, I was being vicious. Um, so yeah, and I meant every word what I said, and still do. What's going on, Lana Love? What's going on with you? Um, yeah, I'm about to end this soon, Lana. So, but anyway, um, I'm gonna chill for a minute and then go to bed. I guess I gotta work tomorrow. So people don't say I don't got a job. No, I go to work tonight. Um, so yeah. But anyway, all right then. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?